Precisely. Two best buds. Precisely. Drinking beer and talking about stuff. Precisely. Bo and Tony. Precisely. Playing and reviewing games. Precisely.
How's it going, everyone? This is Precisely Podcast, episode 19.
19. How's everyone doing today?
We are doing great. I am with Tony, obviously.
And I'm with Bo, and we have a special guest this evening.
Steven Zerbe. How are you?
I'm good. I'm all merched up. I got one of your really fantastic hoodies. I have a cat on my lap, a beer in my hand.
Sounds perfect to me.
Yeah, it's it was a good day.
Yeah, tell me about it. How was everyone's week?
Good so far. I mean, I can't complain. Had a bit of rain, but it's getting sunny and nice now, so
You
feels
want to
like
hear
spring.
about my week?
Yeah, I'd love to.
So today,
Tell me about your week, Bo.
So usually I leave my keys in my truck at work. And today I put them in my pocket before getting out of my truck. And I haven't had my cell phone case on my cell phone for the past few days. So I was like, I don't want to keep the keys in my pocket because it's going to scratch the cell phone. So I put them in the middle console, which I usually do. But for some reason, I locked the door and realized that halfway through the day.
There it is.
So yeah, for a good, honestly, it only took like 10, 15 minutes to break into my truck, but it still sucked.
How'd you do it?
I had someone else do it for me.
What'd they use?
We did a wedge, like in the door, like pried open the door, did a wedge, and threw like a thick wire through it and popped the lock that way.
Nice.
I don't have automatic locks, which sucks. Like it would be easier if I did.
Yeah.
So it was all about hooking that unlock button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fishing. A lot like the new game you got.
So thank you to Tad for doing that for me today. I tried, and he was like, let me try. I'm like, okay. And it was funny because an employee of ours earlier this week locked her keys in her car. So it was just like two in 1 week type
Well,
situation.
it's that time of year, you know?
Yeah.
Birds start chirping and keys get locked in cars.
Yep. So on top of that, though, the night before, not last night, but the night before, I woke up to take a piss at like 4 a.m. Came back upstairs. I wear earplugs, whatever. Shame me if you want, but it makes me fall asleep. So I went and got my earplugs on the banister or whatever in the bedroom and stepped in a pile of dog shit.
Inside, upstairs.
Inside upstairs in my bedroom. A big fucking pile of dog shit. And we have 2 dogs, and I know which dog shits what kind of way, and it was the younger dog.
It's a shame you don't wear sneakers when you sleep.
Right? So, yeah.
That's harder to get off.
Yeah, so either way, I was just like, what the fuck? Woke up my wife, obviously, by doing that, and she's like, what's going on? And I'm like, I just stepped in a big thing of fucking dog shit. And she's like, oh my God, who was it? And I was like, definitely Wheezy. Like, it's her poop. And she was like,
the size and consistency.
Yeah, she was like defending Wheezy, being like, oh no, Wheezy would have woken us up. Like, she always barks at us if she needs to go out. And I'm like, maybe she did, but we were just so sound asleep. Either way, I got dog shit on my one foot, so I had to like walk downstairs hobbling like a hobbit.
Oh, I would have paid substantial money to see you hop down those steep stairs.
Oh yeah,
on one foot.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it sucked. It definitely sucked. Like, my first step, I made more dog shit smear on the carpet, which, whatever. Like, it happened. Got to the tub, was able to wash it off. Kayla's like, bring me up some toilet paper. I'm like, why? Like, we have paper towels upstairs. She's like, because we can just flush it down the toilet. I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Brought her up toilet paper. She brought it downstairs, flushed it, the toilet jammed because it was that big of a fucking shit pile.
Oh my gosh.
When it
It keeps
rains,
getting-
it
Yeah.
pours.
Yeah, tell me about it. So I was just like, God damn
Or
it.
when it shits, it just keeps
And I was like,
shitting.
I'll unclog it tomorrow. I don't want to do this right now. It's 4:30 in the morning now. Like, I have 2 more hours to sleep. I need to sleep. And she's like, I'll just unclog it. And eventually she did, which I was grateful for. But it just sucked. You know, it wasn't a pleasant night in any sense. And then the rest of the night, I'm just like thinking about like, you know, fuck. Like I just
What god did you piss off?
yeah,
to
yeah.
have this
Like, what
happen
did I
to
do
you?
to deserve this? But yeah, besides that, life has been good.
Yeah, that's a crazy series of events. What about you, Zerbe? Have you, had any exciting events this past week? Or
Well, I started a new workout routine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I call it the Saitama workout.
say that again?
The Saitama workout?
Can you spell
Okay.
that?
No.
Well, give it your best shot.
S-A... Well,
I feel like
I
it
made
would
it
start
up.
with a P.
Hang on. Have...
I was gonna say C.
ha-
I was thinking like psychic, you know, like P-S-Y.
I was thinking like sight.
All right.
it's...
Psych is definitely spelled with an S, though.
No, site. CITE.
That's a different type of site.
Is it like a website? Oh,
No.
That's still an
SIT.
S, yeah.
That's SIT.
Yeah.
I'm going to clarify
Excite.
for all you viewers out there,
Yeah.
just so they don't get way too... Have either of you guys seen or heard of the anime One Punch Man?
Yes.
I think I've heard of it.
I've definitely heard of it. I think I've watched some short. He's bald and he's super
He's-
strong.
He's known as
Very
the
athletic.
Caped Baldy.
Okay.
Is his official hero name as it stands right now. But yeah, so in that series, it just follows this ordinary Joe Schmo that he's tired of working a 9 to 5. Like he can't hack it, and so he decides, I'm going to be a vigilante superhero. So then it fast forwards a year, and he's like out there just sort of casually doing stuff whenever he like runs across trouble. Like he changes into his garb and like does stuff. But the thing is, he's so insanely powerful for some weird reason that he can destroy just about anybody with just one punch. And he's just an ordinary human Joe Schmo.
Yeah.
And so, like, as he gets to, like, meet other superheroes and they start to learn precisely how powerful he is, they're all baffled by this. Like, what on earth did you do to get this powerful? And he gets real solemn, and he explains, all right, this has been my secret for, like, over a year now, but I will share it with you. And so he says, this is what I did for an entire year. And you can't slip up. You can't ever quit. You can't ever take a break. You have to keep at it the whole time. He's like,
What is it?
100 sit-ups, 100 push-ups, 100 squats, and a 1 kilometer run
Okay.
Every day.
every day.
That's it. Just
And-
once a day.
And in the summer, no air conditioning. He makes that very clear. No air conditioning in the summer. But the funny thing, that is a very modest workout.
It is.
Like
yeah.
it's not extreme at all.
No,
And
it's
they're
an
all-
hour workout or something.
Yeah, and he's pulling off these Superman type stuff, this Dragon Ball Z type bullshit,
Yeah.
like destroying stuff that's like,
Well, it's not real, right?
yes.
What do you mean?
It's anime.
Anime is real.
No, but that's a good workout. I think that's I could
So
get
you've
behind
been
that.
doing that?
Yeah, I just call it his actual name, the guy's name is Saitama.
Okay.
And so I just call it the Saitama workout. And I've been doing that. I started it this past week, and I honestly feel like a lot better since
So
I've
you're
started doing it.
running actually 1 kilometers?
Well, I should clarify, I haven't actually started that
Is it
yet because
kilometers?
Yeah, kilometer.
1 kilometer.
That's like
Less
a
than a
mile and
mile.
a half?
It's
Or-
less
No,
than
no,
a
no.
mile.
It's less than a mile.
Okay.
Probably 3/4 or 5/8 or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
I have not actually gotten to that part, only because I haven't. I know where I'm going to run. I just, since we live in America, it's a little tricky to figure out. Like if I start here, how far is a kilometer? Like there's a mile mark.
Absolutely, yeah.
There's a mile marker on
Correct. Yeah.
on
City Island or
in the park.
Front
Yeah.
Street, yeah.
But how do I figure out how far a kilometer is? I'll just do like a Google Maps
I'm
thing.
sure if you
and
just do a mile,
That'll be fun.
You'll
You're
be
not going to
fine.
overdo it.
or if you do less than a mile the one day, as long as you run a little bit each day, like you're definitely getting a workout, you know?
yeah.
So I applaud you to that because the most working out that I do is I think about working out and it just gets me sweaty. I'm just like, this is too much.
Well, I mean, right now I know I'm not capable of 100 of anything.
Yeah.
So I just do the best that I can on that day, and I try to make sure that I don't get any less than I had before.
Okay.
So if I did 40 yesterday, I have to do 40 today.
So
Yeah.
when did you start this workout?
Monday.
Okay. Are you sore?
A little bit. Like
Yeah.
I don't really notice it until stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stairs are the enemy now.
Yep. When I used to go to the gym, the stairs would suck. Like just getting home and like having to walk upstairs. I'm like, oh my God. Too much. Where's the, not the hover around, but the thing that takes you up the stairs for old people? What is it?
Chairlift.
It's called something else though, right?
Yeah, I
They
don't know
have
what
like
the name is.
infomercials about it
Yeah.
back in the day. I need that.
Need that.
I don't need it right now, obviously, but
All right, up.
eventually, yeah. Eventually I'll need it. Why not?
Other than that, I have a job interview tomorrow.
You're working though, right?
Yeah, but I actively hate my job,
Okay.
like with most fibers of my being. So I want something better.
Yeah.
Yep. So tomorrow I'm going to the airport to
Be a TSA.
no, fuck that, no, because they're ridiculous. It's all security theater. No, I'm actually gonna see about a grounds maintenance position for the airport.
Okay.
Nice, man.
So like mending fences, filling in potholes on the runway, that kind of stuff.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, it's. I feel like it's gonna be nice to like breathe actual air.
Yeah.
Uh,
Because
yeah,
what are you doing right now? You're like in the steel mill or something?
I work in hell.
Okay. Steel mill? Is that what it is?
I'm sorry. Did you say hell?
Yes, I guess. I don't know.
But you're right. It's a well, specifically it's a factory where they make leaf springs for like trucks, 18-wheelers, construction vehicles, stuff that I have generally just absolutely no interest in.
Yeah.
It's dark, it's damp, it's smoky, it's greasy, and I hate every inch of it.
All right.
Yeah, it
Well,
sounds like it's time to get out of there, huh?
Yeah. Good luck on the new adventure.
Yeah, I recently realized that I had been there for 5 years, and which on a resume looks really good, but for my soul, it was just like a stab, like someone, like a fellow inmate just shanked me kind of feeling.
Right.
Just like, oh, why did I do this for so long?
But it pays good, right?
Nah,
Not good enough for what you're doing.
in my opinion.
All right. Fair enough. I mean, I feel like change is always a good thing. Like if you're not happy somewhere, go do something else with your life. Don't stay stagnant because you'll never be happy then. If you're unhappy in the beginning, you'll never be happy if you stay doing what you're doing.
Oh, exactly.
So
And
yeah.
I know so many
support
people
you.
there who like they only stick around for the paycheck. I mean, they hate it just as much as me, but they stick around for the money and they justify for that. And I'm like, well, I mean, you're only looking at half the picture here. You got to like what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. What else do you do, Steve? I mean, I know, but
I
the
do the
listeners
art.
don't. The art?
The art.
You're an artiste.
An artiste. And where can people see your art?
Well, I have an Instagram
Which is?
at Steven Zerbe.
How do you spell that?
StevenZerbe.
Nice. What kind of art do you do?
I kind of jump a little all over the place, but mostly I'll do sort of like darker, sometimes punky.
Asian-y.
Well, yeah, I do have quite an affinity for Asian styled things.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just talking about anime a second ago, so
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah,
A bunch of cool art. Like to me, it's
you own one of my things.
yeah,
I'm sitting right next to it.
absolutely. Like
It's a
your
geisha,
art,
right?
your
So-
art to me would be like a neo popish like street art manga style. Like, but it's also different depending on like what type of collection you're looking at, because like the creature art that you've done is very different,
Oh yeah,
very like stylized and like thick when it comes to the painting of it.
well that was well, see, you used to be my curator, and you gave me 2 shows, which like which initially I was like, the fuck, this guy really believes in me.
I do. I still do.
But you told me that you can't do the same thing twice, so I'm like, all right, I gotta make something like completely different. So
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah. So I mean, my favorite art that I've seen from you is like your Asian influenced art, which I don't really know how to describe. Like, what's the piece that I have? What's the lady called?
I call her the witch.
Okay, but like
it's-
what? Like she's what's the name of her? Like in Japanese or
Oh, I didn't really.
geisha maybe?
Oh yeah, she's a geisha.
Okay.
The backstory behind all of that, because the show revolved completely around her. It was like a style. It's like a stylized geisha with like half the face like ripped away.
Yeah, with like a skull. Which
Right.
We're all about skeletons, not precisely. Hence the logo.
Clearly,
We're all dead inside. Drinking beer and playing video games.
I don't trust anyone who says they're alive inside.
Yeah, tell me about it.
But yeah, the whole backstory behind that is because I love. Well, you're a lover of stories, Bo. You play
am.
games a lot for the stories.
Absolutely.
I make a lot of my art based off of stories that I think of.
Okay.
So the story behind the witch, or that geisha, is it's back in feudal Japan. It's like a whorehouse sort of deal, and she's basically like pushed into that life by her father, like to pay gambling debts. So she's trapped there. I mean, at that time in history, like hardly any women had any rights anywhere in the world. So pretty unfortunate. And I'm a bit of a feminist, so like I respect the other side of the pond.
Absolutely.
Probably, well, definitely way more than our side of the pond.
I probably do too. Like, I mean, women need men to stand up for them always. You know, like, there's so many, like, despicable people out there that, like, take advantage of women, and someone needs to stand up for them that, you know, are strong and
Well, or at
Hard
least
will.
encourage them to stand up for themselves and not put up
Absolutely.
for the bullshit.
yeah,
either.
but, like, be there behind their back too. You know, like, hey, don't fuck with her. I'm here. I'll kill you.
True that.
Yeah.
So, anyways, she gets assigned to a client by the head of the place. So she goes into the room, and it's this old man. He's got like a cloth covering half his face, and she just starts doing the usual.
What's the usual?
You
Give us
know,
a thorough breakdown.
I don't want a thorough breakdown. What is it? A masseuse or something?
no.
See, he doesn't understand, so you better go into detail.
It's a whorehouse, Bo.
Yeah.
So coitus,
Like a rub and tug.
Well, more
As-
involved than that.
as Big Bang Theory would put it,
Oh, Big
coitus.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
So she starts like initiating that, but he says, "No, that's not why I'm here," and he basically points out that you don't belong here, or at least you feel that you don't belong here. You were put here against your will. And she's like, "Yeah, you're right." And he's like, I've come to offer you unlimited power." She's like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "All of time and space will be but a grain of rice to you." And
Whoa.
she's like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." And he's like, "No, I'm serious. Do you agree?" And she's like, "Fine, I agree." Still not even believing this. So he
He's
pulls.
like, now you gotta give me a blowy.
Well, if that's all he wanted, then he just didn't have to say anything.
Well, no. Essentially, it's like, if you want all this power, give me a blowy.
You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Yeah. That's not why I'm here. I'm here to give you the power, but the power is in my penis.
So you gotta suck it out.
That's what we
That's
all
wrong.
like to believe here on this side of the pond.
Yeah. All right, keep going. Sorry.
So he removes the veil he had on the half of his face, and here, like, half of his face is gone. There's nothing but a skeleton, like, there. And so the wind starts to pick up in the room. It twirls around, and here, like, flecks and pieces of the one side of her face are like peeling off, floating away, and then like attaching themselves onto his face. Like, basically his face is being rebuilt from her half, and until like his face is whole and she has the half face, and then like he has the most relieved look on his face and says, "Oh, finally, now I can join my ancestors." And he just poof, just crumbles to dust.
Dust in the wind.
Wow. That's
All
deep,
we
man.
are is dust in the wind.
But now, she has unlimited power. All of time and space is but a grain of rice to her. Like, she can do practically anything she wants.
I love it. So, this is your own story that you
Yeah.
came up with?
Yes.
Okay. I like it.
I love making stories.
All right. I mean, I think that could be a start of a video game or anime or whatever. I love it.
Actually, I do have. I also fiddle around with comics, which is obviously very story based. And I got a new one. You might actually like this. I'll make it brief because I'm taking up a lot of time.
It's okay.
Okay, so there's this girl. Her name's Danny. She lives in a town much like here, Harrisburg. She goes to community college. She works at a gas station. You know, she's like she's clever, witty, sassy, sarcastic, that kind of individual. But she's always chewing gum. Like that's her thing. Gum is her thing.
Okay.
So she's always got gum in her mouth. So her friend convinces her to do like this sort of mystical, demonic, satanic ritual with him, and she just like half-heartedly, well, not half-heartedly, but like begrudgingly agrees because he's being so annoying about it. You know, the things you do for your friends. You know,
Absolutely.
Get a goat skull, some nematodes, and stir it around in my only pot in my apartment. You know that.
Tony
type of
asked me to do that the other day, actually.
stuff. Yeah,
I didn't know what I was doing, but because I'm his friend, I did it.
Yeah.
I mean, did you make sure the nematodes were ripe?
I don't even know what that is. But
No, I didn't check the nematodes. I just grabbed the first batch I could find, honestly. And what we were really trying to do was it's talk to my grandmother from beyond the grave. So
I thought we were making like a facial lotion or something.
Well, you see, I can be pretty deceptive, you know.
I thought it was like
If I need
essential
to be.
oils.
Essential for some things.
Yeah. All right, keep going, sir.
All right. So they eventually do the ritual, and it seems like nothing happens. So she's like, screw this. I'm going to bed. But then, like, the room fills with smoke, and here this really tall, dark figure like emerges, and he's just like, I am the demon of servants and dogs. You have summoned me to grant you a servant. And like obviously they're both like shocked. They didn't even think that like this would work at all because they're just bullshitting. Like
Yeah.
this is just what he does for shits and giggles. But this time something actually happened. So they're both speechless for a bit, and then finally they start to like the guy starts to say something, and the shadow's like, wait. It's the 21st century. Let her speak first. And so she just sort of, like, while being, like, scared shitless, just sort of mutters, yes. And so he's like, you don't have anything on you except what's in your mouth. And so he like, I haven't figured it out yet. Edit it
I like
in
it,
post. Zap, zap, bam, bam. Her gum is now her familiar, and it's alive, and it can increase its size like however many times. It can
Like
become
Kirby.
a bit like Kirby, just a bit. But yeah, like a pink blob, sort of. Like it can stretch, it can be sticky, it can be hard, it can be like whatever it needs to be.
Flubber, like that.
A little bit
How
like
about that
Flubber.
movie? That is a classic.
Yeah,
And-
not really.
Are you
It's
serious?
a classic because it's old, but I don't know
Hey,
about classic.
I'm with you, Tony. I liked it as a kid. I wouldn't watch it now,
Yeah.
but yeah, when it's in her mouth, because that's where it stays. It's docile. It's fine. It's just gum. But if you cross her, or like if the situation requires it, it can become one of the most lethal killing machines. And I've got all kinds of hilarious ways for people, mostly all douchebags, to get like ripped apart. Like I have this whole thing in mind where like someone's running away because like all their comrades just got slayed, and they think they're safe, and then they like start to casually walk away, but then their foot is stuck, and here it's a gumshoe, and he's like, what the fuck? But then the gum like wraps around his leg and then chomps it off.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
So hilarious things like that. And you guys want to take a guess at what this comic's gonna be called?
Gumby, Gum Girl,
No.
Gum Girl, I like Gum Girl.
Gumdrop,
Nope.
Chewy Chew.
Nope.
Dude, I don't know.
Yeah.
Chomper.
Wad.
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 W-A-D.
W-A-D.
I
That's
like it.
mildly grotesque.
Oh, this is gonna be raunchy. Like there's
So the gum is called Wad?
yes, that's its
It's a
name.
wad
That's
of
its
gum.
name?
I went through several different names, but they were all kind of like taken, or they reminded you of something else. Like I couldn't call it Chewy because
Of the,
Star Wars.
well, and also the company that delivers dog and cat food like within a day.
Exactly. I couldn't call it Bubbles because that's a Powerpuff Girl.
Yeah.
Also, kind of dumb sounding.
I like Wad. Wad works.
Wad works.
It's like
Wa-
grotesque and it's like hard and it's short.
Oh, it's like
I like short names.
Yes. You guys ever read Johnny the Homicidal Maniac? Or
No.
heard of it?
No.
It's like the first thing that the guy who did Invader Zim made.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so it's the title speaks for itself. It's a homicidal maniac named Johnny.
Okay. Cool. I like it. I like it all. I'm I'm looking forward to seeing it. And I love having one of your art pieces in my game room. So if you guys could make any system portable, like a handheld system, mainly like a disc system that hasn't ever been portable, what would it be? Like, to me, it'd be like GameCube, Dreamcast, you know.
Oh, Dreamcast, definitely for me.
Dreamcast for you?
Yeah, because I feel like Sega didn't really get to like really pierce into that whole portable thing. Like
They had the Game Gear.
they had that, and
They had the Sega Nomad.
but they still
was
like
it, yeah.
had nothing on like the Game Boy. Like Nintendo like owned portable game. They still own portable games
They
in
do.
a sense.
I totally agree, and that's why I was thinking I would choose Xbox, just because they never really had a portable platform.
That's true. They
So
Yeah.
that would be
didn't
my
have
only
anything.
reasoning. Nintendo pretty much has all the best portable gaming.
Yeah.
PlayStation did
PSP.
pretty well with the PSP. I mean, I enjoyed it a
PS
lot,
Vita.
and I don't know that they could.
But they didn't do well.
Well, I enjoyed it
Yeah.
I think because it was expensive, wasn't it?
relatively. I guess.
relatively, yeah.
I mean, it was really cool. Like it was very ahead of its time. Like very sleek. Very.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It honestly was like a big phone.
Nintendo just had way better marketing, like cheaper games, I feel like.
And everybody trusted the Game Boy
Yeah.
for so long anyway. So
The cartridges were better than the frickin' discs that
UMDs.
had that
Yeah.
the PSP had. Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah,
They weren't
that-
that good, you know.
yeah. Why?
But then they
Why?
had the PS Vita, which was, like pretty much like what we're getting with the Nintendo Switch,
Yeah.
which is like little SD cards that you put in.
Yeah. That's the way to go.
It is, but obviously the Vita didn't work that well either. Like they're still making games here and there for it, but not as abundantly,
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I would say Dreamcast would be an awesome console to see portable.
Oh, Marvel versus Capcom. I'd love to walk
Yeah.
around and play that.
Oh, absolutely. Even if it was like, like a built-in like gaming system where it was like the Nintendo Classic Mini but portable for a Dreamcast, where it's like 10 of the best games, 20 of the best games, like that would be dope.
Mm.
Like you probably wouldn't be able to put a Shenmue on it because it's 4 discs worth, like be a lot of memory, but
Well, but technology's getting like more and more advanced. I feel
it is.
I feel like nowadays you could possibly fit that on like a cartridge.
You might be able to.
I would
like,
say most definitely.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I have a 128 gigabyte SD card in my Dreamcast that's modded.
Right, and with the Dreamcast, each disc was a gigabyte, so that's
Yeah,
4 gigabytes.
exactly. Yeah. So yeah, they would be able to. The price would probably be super hefty. I remember seeing like some people actually like make their own portable systems. Like I remember seeing one for the Wii. I remember seeing one for the GameCube. Even the N64 I saw before. My buddy Retro Nintendo that I've played games with, bought games from. He's bought games from me as well. We've done trades. Like he made a portable N64 and possibly a portable GameCube, but definitely a portable N64, which I was just blown away by. Like it's this big clunky thing, but it's so fucking cool because like nobody's done it before.
Oh, it's actually like it can be like really really easy. All you need to do is get like a decent sized phone and put like a different, probably like a Windows phone. Like you'd probably want that operating system because that has the broadest range of emulators you can possibly have on there.
This was
And then-
actually like you put the cartridge in it and play it from that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. No,
See, I'm thinking of a big database on a phone.
surprisingly, N64 emulation is not up to key in any sense. Like
Well, geez, I mean,
you
look at
think
the thing;
it would
it's really
be
hard.
yeah, you think it would be, but like you can get the emulation down, but there's no sound, or you can get the emulation down, but you don't have all the buttons that are needed for certain games because the N64 controller had some weird ass button placement,
Oh yeah.
like Z button, R, L, the little C, triangle things all over. So yeah.
So I guess in this grand scheme of wishes, N64 might actually be like the
One of the harder ones.
Well, it'd probably be the ideal one to go with because it's so difficult to get those in the first place. The other ones I can see being able to actually pull off. Like I said earlier, like all you do is get a phone, and there are holders that you can get that will hold the phone, and it'll clip onto like Bluetooth, like PlayStation or Xbox controller.
Yeah.
And so you can just have it right there. All the games are already stored in the phone. It's Bluetooth connected, and so you just play them.
Yeah.
Right on.
I mean, also emulation though for those systems like GameCube isn't really around either unless you have like proper hardware for it. So like I know you can play GameCube games off of like the Wii or the Wii U, but then you still need the power of the Wii or the Wii U to play it. So you would think that a cell phone would be able to do it, but I'm not really sure if it would.
Well, it depends what kind of emulators you can get a hold of and
Yeah,
how it'll work on the phone.
absolutely. So your Dreamcast, your Xbox. I'll just say I'm GameCube then.
Fair enough.
Cool.
I guess that'll lead into my question I had for you guys, which was, in your opinion, what was the best era for gaming?
Era?
Yeah, like section of years.
To me, it'd be the 90s, for sure. It's Nintendo. The original Nintendo was still taking charge. Sega Genesis came out. Then you have N64, GameCube, PS1, Dreamcast. Like, literally, like, all the good retro systems out there. Like, Xbox was out in the 90s, too. Like, if we're talking, like, a decade as an era, yeah,
Was
90s.
I don't think Xbox was out in the 90s.
No.
Yeah, it had...
That was
No?
early 2000s.
Yeah, that was early 2000s.
Are you sure?
Which, in my opinion, was the best era for gaming, at least for me.
Early 2000s, you'd say?
Yeah.
Because that's what
PlayStation
like, what
2,
you grew up on.
Xbox, yeah, PSP, that kind of stuff.
PSP, Dreamcast was around there too. GameCube. Yeah, that was
GameCube.
that was a pretty good time, honestly. I mean, although I might have to actually agree with Bo. Except I'll say like late 80s to early 90s.
Okay.
Is what I'll say. Because you had the Sega Genesis, you had the Super Nintendo, and those were two very, very solid systems, very reliable, lots of games. I mean, I'm also a bit biased because I grew up with my dad's Sega Genesis, and that's all I would play.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was a good time.
Yeah, you're definitely a Sega kid from what I know of you, Zerbe.
Yeah, it's hard to take, like, you can't take anything away because right now, or I guess the past, 5 years of video gaming has just been insane. Like,
Oh yeah,
leaps and bounds. Every year it's just
Graphically, yes.
so much more
And
stuff.
how big of a game every game is, yes.
well, and even in the Switch's case, just how versatile the thing is.
Yep. Being able to be connected with so many more players than ever before.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would argue that this era right now that we're living in is the best,
Yeah, you easily could.
I just hate having to download games. Even if you have the disc, you bought the disc, but you still gotta wait an hour for it to like update or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just like,
But it's
nah.
way more seamless. There are, I guess,
Seamless,
trade-offs.
I don't know about seamless. Seamless would be put a cartridge in a Super Nintendo and the game plays completely. That's seamless. to
Yeah,
me.
but there's like a lot of like loading in between screens. You walk
not
off
for
the side
Super
of the screen.
Nintendo. There's no loading.
Okay.
Yeah. There's no loading when it comes to a cartridge game. It's just what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very straightforward.
Disc-based games is where loading came in to play.
Okay.
So, like, when you had a PS1 game, it's like for Tony Hawk, like, you choose your character, you go into the game, and then it loads before you can actually play the game.
Yeah.
Because it's reading a disc. A cartridge, it just reads the cartridge right away. There's no this, that, and anything else. It's like, here you are.
But I feel like if you change screens, like in Pokemon or A Link to the Past, like if you would walk up to the top of the screen,
yeah.
it's not seamless,
Well, it's not seamless. It's going to the other screen, yeah. But
Yeah.
I mean, that's what point.
But that's a
5 seconds of
stylized
that.
transition.
Yeah.
It's not loading.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not loading anything.
So maybe I used the wrong word to describe it, but
Alright.
that's what I was trying to get
yeah.
at.
So, Bo, I have a question for you then.
Sure.
So cartridges, you'd say, are pretty seamless.
Yes.
Now, you have a Switch. I don't, so I don't really know. But as far as the cartridge system on the Switch, is it pretty seamless?
No.
No.
Not at all. No, they're still loading, for sure. Like especially with like Cuphead, there's definitely loading involved.
See, that's really peculiar.
It is.
I wonder what's the difference there?
There's a lot more information now to be processed, I'd say.
I think that's what it is. You know, I honestly think like the developers like make a loading screen happen for certain areas just so that they make sure that everything's rendered in properly before you start playing the game.
That's true. There's a lot more layers
Yeah.
to games now.
Even though like Cuphead is very like simplistic looking game, there's so much going on with it.
Oh well, that's actually like working animation.
Yeah,
is the
exactly.
big difference.
Yeah.
Before it was just purely digital, but now it's like actually like stylized animation.
Yeah,
That's being run on that one,
exactly.
which I love. Cuphead is amazing.
Yeah, you're the one that got me into it, you know, and I'm so happy it came out for the Switch because truly I feel like Cuphead should have always been for the Switch. So
Yeah, it just feels right.
it really does. It's a great game. It's a beautiful game. And I'm still at World 2. I haven't really picked it up yet again, but
I'll help you, bud.
thank you. Appreciate it. So what's your topic, Zerbe? You had a good topic.
Oh yeah. All right. So, if you could make a game for any television show, what show would it be, and what would it be like? Like what style of game would you do it?
Okay. So I love this idea, and there's been so many video games that have been made from TV shows. One of them that's like one of my favorite in my collection that's probably no one else's favorite, which is Pimp My Ride for PlayStation 2. It's the only game that you can ghost ride the whip to, and it's hilarious. Like, you literally dance in front of your car while it's riding down the street in like slow motion, and like people cheer for you. Like, it's such a ridiculous, weird game, but it's exactly like what the TV show sort of was, but they
That's
added
awesome,
their own
man.
elements. Yeah, like,
Do you guys remember that exhibit?
yeah.
He was like, "We're gonna pimp your ride."
Yeah,
he
he
put
was
a
like-
fish tank in the back.
Exactly. He's like,
my
oh, you
God.
like aquariums or you like fish? We're going to put fish tank, you know?
And 16 12-inch subwoofers.
Yeah, you shoot fireworks off, we're going to shoot fireworks out of the muffler. Like, here we go. It was cool. So, like, this game is essentially like that.
You hunt Bigfoot? Well, we put Bigfoot in your car.
Okay, now you're just quoting memes.
Yeah. Either way, so I thought about it, and you know, there's a lot of great shows out there. There's some shows, like especially like animated shows, like Family Guy or you know, South Park or whatever, has already had their games made.
The Simpsons.
Yeah, Simpsons
Yeah.
too.
Road Rage. That's actually pretty fun.
Yeah.
Road Rage is a TV show.
No.
Simpsons
Simpsons
Road
Road
Rage.
Rage.
Oh yeah.
Driving around in the pink
Yeah.
convertible, right?
Yep. So, a show that I've been watching that's like I don't want to tell people that I'm watching it, but I'm very vocal about it either
So
way.
you're going to tell
Yes.
everyone.
Is Naked and Afraid.
Why don't you want to tell people that you watch it?
I don't know. It's just like that. Like
So many
weird-
people. It's a great show. All
It,
kinds of
it
people
is a
watch
great
it.
show. So do Naked and Afraid, where you like customize your own character.
Oh,
Yeah.
What?
What?
What's there to customize?
Like
you
your
make your own
build and
character.
stuff,
You like
you know,
build it to
stats?
like yourself.
So you could have maybe more fat, more fire making skills, more muscle.
Yeah,
you know,
or like
more
you like
lean.
build it to like make it look like yourself.
Better hunter gatherer skills.
But you always
you know?
make like this giant penis for guys. It's always like the biggest penis
You
ever.
you can select the size of your blur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, there's no blur in this game.
Oh.
It all
oh.
depends. It all depends. Do you want blur or not blur?
Well, see, now you can make a lot of money because you can have an ordinary version and you can have an unrated version.
True.
Hell yeah.
So either way, you make your character. You go out into the woods. You meet the opposite sex. You talk to them. It's sort of like an RPG in the sense where like you have to answer questions from them to relate to them. So every game's different. Like it changes up what character will be made depending on what character's made that you made. You know, like it will always be different, and the questions will always be different too. So the replay value would be great on it.
So is this like Oregon Trail meets
A little bit.
open world?
Yeah, like so
Huh.
you gotta
I see.
be friendly enough with them to make things work. Like
You got to
the
last
more-
the 21 days. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
like the more friendly you are with them and your compatibility with them will help you succeed for those 21 days. The more unfriendly you guys are, the harder it is to like make, like a house, or not a house, but like a fort or whatever. So you work with them. All the animals are ready to bite your dick off too. Like that's the first. That's the
blur.
first thing that's gonna go. Yeah, the blur
Steal your
is
blur.
gonna go. Yep. And yeah, shit will be crazy. Like you just never know. It'll be like sort of like The Sims too, but like you're able to actually communicate with each other. Like I would see it as The Sims like point of view. Like looking
okay.
down
Top
at them.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that idea, man. I think that could work.
Yeah.
I actually had a pretty similar one. I was thinking, Locked Up, but same kind of concept,
And
Oh.
what's
There's
Locked Up?
they're prison shows, life in prison. They call it Locked Up.
What
I
are you
feel like
gonna
there
do
might
in
actually
prison?
be a game like that already.
What do you mean? What do you get? All kinds of stuff you can do in prison. Sell
my, yeah.
drugs, smoke cigarettes, sell cigarettes, gamble
Actually,
on
it's
milk.
ramen now.
Yeah, ramen.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's a
don't
lot
think
of
you can
ramen.
smoke in jails anymore, but bribe a guard, get into a fight, go to solitary confinement. Very boring part of the game.
Make a toilet. Make a toilet phone.
Yeah, make it.
What's a toilet phone?
Oh, they.
You get
Have
all
you
the
not heard
water
about
out,
this?
and you can echo through the pipes, right?
Yeah, you can communicate with people like through the toilets.
Yep. Sling
Wow.
some kites around. That's what they call a note in jail, a kite.
Oh,
They tie a little string on it and they sling
had
it to
no
the
idea.
next cell. Really?
yeah, no.
Yeah, dude, I love those shows. So
Wow.
I'm an expert on it.
How about you, Zerbe?
Well, when I first thought of my answer, like I had originally thought like, oh, I'd want a One Punch Man video game, but I feel like they're actually going to make that anyway
I wouldn't be
I'm pretty
surprised.
sure there are some.
because there are so many. It's probably going to be like a fighting game like Naruto because there's
Yeah.
so many characters, there's so many ridiculous powers. It's they'd be fools not to do it. But so aside from that, I decided. Well, I'm stuck between two, and they're two very different. Like one is you guys ever watch Venture Brothers?
Yes, I believe so. I can't.
Is
Yeah.
that
I
Adventure
know I've
Time?
definitely watched it. No,
No, not Adventure Time.
it's from Adult Swim.
It's the longest running Adult Swim series, and it's pretty funny. It's got like a huge following, but
Okay.
make a fighting game out of that because there's so many characters. Once again, with so many ridiculous powers, that it would just be a lot of fun, like Super Smash Bros.
Yeah. I was thinking, actually, like with Adult Swim, Robot Chicken game. That's sort of like a WarioWare game.
Yes.
Like we played on GameCube, where it's like very short, like clips, like 5-second games where you have to react to something, but it's
Oh,
all
my
like
word.
Robot Chicken characters.
And with the stop motion, that would
Yeah.
be brilliant.
All right, so
Someone has to pose this to Seth Green.
Sure.
yeah.
Email him. I'm sure his email box is pretty empty right now.
Well, they had to have thought of that idea by now. But what do you think the worst show would be to make into a video game?
Friends.
Really?
A Friends dating game.
You've been watching Friends.
Yeah,
right?
dude, I love Friends. I'm addicted to it.
What
right
about
now.
Seinfeld?
Well,
Or
that's
Where they just
Seinfeld.
like
Very
complain,
similar.
Where they
Oh,
just
my.
complain the whole
Yeah.
time about shit.
Oh God.
What about like Keeping Up with the Kardashians?
No,
Oh, that would just turn
Flavor
to
of Love, Rock of Love.
that might
Those old
that might
VH1
actually work
shows.
though.
What about Master Chef? That actually might be good.
no,
might be.
that'd be just like Cooking Mama.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
it's like a cartoony cooking video
Okay.
game. That's
Yeah.
good.
But does Gordon Ramsay yell at you?
No,
It's
That
not
would-
the same.
That would definitely make it interesting.
not at all.
You could have a you could combine Cooking Mama with WarioWare.
Yeah.
That would really keep you on your toes.
My wife said Ink Masters would be a fun game, but
Oh, that would be difficult. They
it's
should do
actually
that
like
for VR.
a reality TV show too, where like you have to like stir up drama, because that's half the show is just like them yelling at each other.
Yeah,
So if you don't stir up enough drama, like you're like failing the mission.
right.
Yeah. I don't know. It's tough. I like the idea though. Like, there's been so many TV show games like American Chopper. I saw the other day at Goodwill, and I was like, yeah, I'll pass on that.
Dude,
Like,
Gilligan's Island.
no.
That would be a good game.
That would just be like Oregon Trail, except with better weather.
I can dig it, dude. A lot less dysentery, hopefully.
Yeah, for sure.
More diarrhea for sure, but less dysentery.
Yeah.
More coconuts, too.
Wait a second. They're the same thing. That was my bad.
So what have you guys been playing recently? Video game wise.
Sir, what do you got, man?
Well, I've kind of been in a little bit of a rut because I redid both of my computers. So my games, like I have to get the Windows half set up yet so that I can get my Steam account back on, and then I'm chipping away at Cuphead.
Have you beat it yet?
No, I made the mistake of doing everything on easy. So now I have to go back.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
'Cause I didn't realize until much later on that you can't actually beat the game unless you beat all of the bosses on
Hard or regular?
Or regular?
regular. Yeah, you have to do it in regular.
Oh, well, I guess we gotta start going back then, Tony.
Yeah. It's difficult,
We've
man.
been beating them all on easy,
Yeah.
and it's so fucking hard.
Oh yeah, I mean it's hard even on easy.
Yeah, it's brutal.
So I did start going back and start like beating some of them on medium, but it's even harder and it feels repetitive. So
Yeah.
like I kind of took a break from that. I got Sonic Mania, and
I heard that's like the best Sonic game.
oh my word, you really should try this. And it's out on Switch now.
Yeah.
Actually,
Heard.
it's better on Switch because there's more characters. I feel
Okay.
gypped here. I mean,
Opposed to what, Steam?
yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I'm sure you're like, that's why I don't do Steam.
Oh yeah, I don't PC game, but I'm all for anyone that games. Period on whatever they game on. Oops. Sorry.
Oh, also, I'm working on Wonder Boy, like the remake of that.
Yeah,
That is beautiful.
isn't it?
Oh my, the art is so fantastic. The music is brilliant. Like and they have that feature where you can switch, like with just the click of a button, between the original retro, and you can actually do this separately. You can play the new more artful form, but with the retro music.
Okay.
So you can switch the music and the graphics like separately.
Yeah.
It's not just one or two.
They
You
have
can
that on
combine them.
Switch now too.
Yeah, I mean, you already have that game just in the retro version, yes.
I have it for TurboGrafx 16,
Good
which
good system.
it's under a different name than Wonder Boy. I think it's Dragon's Curse, is what it's called.
Oh, well, mine is the full title for mine is Wonder Boy Dragon's Curse.
Okay, so it's probably the same thing.
Yeah, just so like everyone can recognize it no
Yeah.
matter what system they had.
Exactly. Great game. Like it's obviously aged well. You know, like for being like an early '90s game, might even be like late '80s.
Oh, it's in the 80s for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's definitely 8-bit, like straight up 8-bit.
Oh yeah.
It's hard to tell what you even are half the time, which is why I loved how they redid the art, and
Yeah.
it looks brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, it looks great, you know, on my 60-inch TV with a TG16 plugged into the actual antenna outlet because that's the only way to play it. But it looks great. You know, I was having a blast with it. Didn't beat it. Like, it gets hard eventually where you're just like, fuck, keep dying. I have to keep restarting. But great game,
Oh yeah.
especially for its time. How about you, Tony? Been playing anything besides Breath of the Wild or Spider-Man or anything else?
Nothing new, dude. A little bit of Snake on my phone, but that's about it.
What's Snake?
Snake game.
Like
With
the
the
original
line
Snake
and-
game?
No, this is a new one, but
Same.
concept,
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
So yeah, pretty much that. Breath of the Wild still a little bit.
Snake, really?
Yeah, dude, it's fun. It passes the time.
You run a video game podcast and you're playing Snake?
Dude, it's a good game.
Hey,
Alright.
you can't beat on the classics, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know if that's a classic.
That's definitely a
It's
classic.
definitely-
a classic.
it's
for
right
cell
up there with
phones.
Pong.
Yeah.
I would say it's better than Tetris.
Oh, I wouldn't go there.
Wow! Get out of here. Unplug your mic right now. I'm done with you.
Heretic.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding. I think it's better than Tetris.
No. All right. Well, I've been playing a bunch, but first I want to talk about Detective Pikachu for a little.
Oh yeah.
I started watching that the other night. I am sort of bootlegged it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was streaming it, and the stream looked really good. I only watched halfway through it, but I was laughing the whole time. Like, it was such a good movie. Like, if you're a Pokemon fan, like the nostalgia behind it and like the little like hints to like the old school like era of when Pokemon came out like 20 years ago. Like, it was just good reminiscing of a great game and franchise and everything. But really cute, really funny. Like, obviously it's aired for like a younger crowd, but
Right.
anyone that grew up in the era of Pokemon like will enjoy it to the max. It's very well done. Even at the quality that I was watching it, I was just like, this is so cute. Like, right in the beginning, the kid's with his friend, and he's like, what, you want me to catch a Pokemon? Is this why you're out here? And he's like very anti-Pokemon for some reason. He's like, oh, just catch that Cubone. Like, the Cubone's crying and stuff because, I don't know, Cubones are sad. Like, they literally wear the skull of their mother.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So, like, it was, like, crying. And he was like, all right, fine. Like, I'll catch it. And he threw a Pokeball at it. It went into the Pokeball, but it actually didn't, like, connect. Like, it never settled. It stayed white. And then the Cubone popped out. And his friend was like, run, run. And he, like, starts running from this Cubone. This Cubone's, like, literally, like, ankle high. Like, it's so small. And it starts running after this guy. And it's like, wah, wah, like, making all these weird noises.
Yeah.
And, like, throws its bone at it and, like, hits him. And he just, like, starts flying up in the air. And it's just like, that's great. Like, the small little Pokemon can, like, fuck you up. as an
Oh, I want to
adult.
see it so bad.
Oh, it's so good, dude.
Man, I was streaming Avengers Endgame online, and I
Yeah.
watched like 15 minutes of it, but I felt so bad. I was like, I have to pay for this.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel like they put a lot into it. I should go to the movie theater and,
They already made their money.
well,
Plenty of times over.
Yeah, fuck it. If you have the means to stream.
It's okay, Bo. I swing the cutlass from time to time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so either way, yeah, the movie's great so far. The storyline's sort of like iffy, but like just like seeing these Pokemon like characters out in the wild, like where like the main setting is like Rhyme City, and it's this area that this guy like made the city where there's no Pokeballs allowed. So no Pokemon are allowed in Pokeballs. Like, all Pokemon have to be out of their Pokeballs.
Okay.
And they live with the humans
Yeah.
outside. And then also there's no Pokemon battles. Like everything is just like this utopian society, which I was like, that's cool, you know?
So it's a sanctuary city in a sense.
Sort of, but it's a city, and there's underground parts of any city, and there was obviously a battle, like, in an underground area warehouse, you know, that, like, went out of whack and shit started going crazy.
That's cool, man. It kind of reminds me, like, I feel like when I was a kid, I would always imagine that, you know,
Yeah.
what it would be like to have a Pokemon walking around with
Absolutely.
you. Or we used to, like, play, when I was young, we would play, like, Pokemon. You know, you picked what Pokemon you were going to be, and you screwed around with it was, like, my cousin, I think, and a couple of my friends.
Yeah.
You know, and we would just be like, oh,
What Pokemon would you be?
Well, it depends where you're at. If you're at the swimming pool, you got to pick, like, a water type, right?
So, are you fighting against other water type?
Well, you're just messing around
What would
with
you
your
be?
friends.
I feel like you're like a Staryu. No?
What?
Why you gotta be so defensive on a Staryu?
I'm definitely maybe a star me.
You know, a Staryu
That's more of a
actually
feminine
has
Pokemon,
the move
in my opinion.
defense. They have defense curl.
Yeah.
Yeah, so are you doing a defense curl on me? Because it seems like you are.
Dude, mildly defensive.
Mildly defensively curly.
Gyarados
Yeah,
or
alright.
War Turtle.
But then you were a Magikarp before. There's this really cute part in the movie where like a Magikarp like busts out of its cage, and Detective Pikachu is like, "Oh, we need you right now," and he goes up and kicks the Magikarp, being like, "Evolve, motherfucker! Like evolve!"
Yeah.
And that's like a throwback to the actual cartoon anime, like in one of the original episodes where James from Team Rocket actually kicked a Magikarp, and it evolved in front of his eyes.
Oh, really?
And like messed him up. But like this Magikarp did not evolve right away. It like paused for a while, and then eventually evolved and was like, "Bleh," and like fuck shit up. Dude,
Is that what Gyarados sounds like?
it's like, "Bleh."
No.
Dude, it's insane.
All right. Well, what water type Pokemon would you be? Lapras.
Probably like a Poliwhirl.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Oh, I love those guys.
Yeah. What's Poliwag? Is the little one in Poliwhirl?
Yeah,
is
not
the big one.
Poliwag.
Poliwhirl is the big one.
Yeah.
Poliwag is.
No, Poliwrath is the bigger one.
Oh yeah.
Poliwrath is the biggest.
Yeah.
He's one of those ones that have three
I'm a Poliwrath.
evolutions.
So what would your water type Pokemon be, Zerbe?
Oh, geez, water. I don't know. I'm not. Seeing I just talked a whole bunch of smack about Poliwhirls. I don't know a
He'd
whole
be a
lot about.
Poliwag.
I'd be a Poliwag.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of other water Pokemon. I can't think of them. Like Squirtle's one, you know.
Whalmer.
Whelmer's like newer generation though.
I know
It's
I'd want to be a
middle.
Diglett though.
Oh, what?
A Diglett.
You do want to be a Diglett?
Oh, I'd definitely be a Diglett.
God
Yeah.
damn, I hate Diglets.
I like that. I like that layer of mystery to it all.
What mystery, dude? It's a little mole.
Well, it like what does he look like below the ground? You don't know.
Yeah,
you
did
never
you ever
see.
see that picture? It's like the Doug Trio is like three jack dudes
Mhm.
underground.
Yep, all hugging each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I've been playing Pokemon Red Chapter, which is Pokemon hack that like some fans made.
Yeah.
That goes with the manga version of Pokemon. If you like read the mangas,
Yeah, I think I have that one.
you don't actually.
Oh, okay.
But I'll let you borrow this one after I beat it. It's a great game, and what's funny is like I'm in the Diglett cave right now. That's in the mangas, and it's like all you see is Diglets. And thank God, like I had 30 repels.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm just like
So
using
annoying.
them the whole time. But eventually, I was like, I should catch a Diglett because I don't have one yet. And like all my Pokemon are so overpowered that like no matter what I'm doing, like even something that a Diglett shouldn't be hurt by, like thunder, you know, like something like a a Thunder Shock from Pikachu, like,
Right.
should not hurt him because he's a ground Pokemon. Is just killing him one hit. I'm just like, fuck, like, I'm only 10 levels higher than you, but damn it. But what I loved is, like, I eventually, like, hit a Doug Trio, even with a Repel, and I didn't even care about catching it. I had a Kangaskhan out, or however you pronounce it, and I have Dig with him, and I used Dig on the Doug Trio, and I just, like, penetrated him upwards, and it just fucked him up so fast. And I didn't think it was going to,
Yeah.
but it fucked him up, and I was like, damn, like, that's dope. Like, someone that, like, uses the same attack as you is going to fuck you up.
That was the most sensual, but also aggressive Pokemon battle I think I've ever had described to me.
Yeah, it fucked
I
him
just
up.
penetrated up into him,
Into a Doug Trio.
into that trio of
and then
burly
it was a
men.
Doug foursome.
Into a Doug
We all
Trio.
left happy.
You know what, though? Like, I was watching Naked and Afraid yesterday, and they showed this clip where they just, like, cross this river, and the guy, like, goes down on his knees to, like, kiss the ground because he, like, got to the other side of the river.
Right.
And the female's behind him, and I'm just like, she just looked right into his asshole. Like, straight up looked into his asshole. It didn't, like, say anything. And I said that, my wife laughed. And then, like, they were out there for, like, 19 days, and she's like, I'm so cold. I'm so cold. I could just crawl up James's asshole right now and get all warm. I'm like, yo, she's still thinking about that butthole that she saw on day one.
She's scarred.
What I do love on that show is when like they first meet each other and they just do the whole sort of like
Super
Hey, should we
awkward.
hug?
like the whole like twirl around. It's like, yep, this is me.
No,
Each other's
I've never
butts.
seen an episode like that where they twirl
It's
around.
happened.
It-
I'm
yeah,
sure, but
it's
that's just weird.
it's been like here's every corner and crevice of me.
Yeah.
Take
I
it
don't
in
like
now,
that.
'cause-
Shake it around a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't
get
like
used
that.
to it.
I
Why
like
don't you like that? It doesn't affect
Because it's
you.
not like that. Like, it's like, hey, we're about to be out here in nature. I could give a fucking rat's ass. Like, how you look from every angle. I'm going to eventually see it. I don't need to see it right now.
You think?
Yeah. Well, you're just going to, like,
I'm be like, damn.
you're going to hide
titties.
that left rear side from me, like, the whole time? Like, you're only going to walk at, like, a certain diagonal from me? Like,
Well-
no.
No, but I mean, I just want to check everything out, get it out of the way. That way, I don't
Fuck
gotta be
no.
distracted later.
I'm
That's-
not going to be distracted by no
No,
one.
that's so that you don't have any surprise buttholes in the future, Beth.
This dude totally bent over, and she was in the wrong spot at the wrong time. But still, 20
That's-
days later, she was like, I would crawl up James's butt.
Well, it must have been a pretty nice butthole.
Did you say 20 years? She's been
20
thinking about
20
this for
days later. It was like on their last day. She's like, I'm so cold, I'd crawl up his butthole.
it scarred her that bad.
Yeah.
No, she loved it.
20 years I've been
Obviously.
thinking of this butthole.
I'm sure.
It's what got me through all those
Honestly, I
cold
feel
nights.
like the people that have like beaten Naked and Afraid that have gone the 21 days will still talk about it like 5 years later to 20 years later. They'll be like, oh yeah, you know me from Naked and Afraid from 10 years ago.
No, probably not.
Oh yeah, they will.
But they'll probably bring. They're not gonna be like that.
So-
But they'll be like, if they meet a girl at a bar, be like, I was on TV, or whatever, you know.
No. Yes, I mean, yes, they will. But, like, even if they're married, their wife will probably leave them because he keeps talking about being on Naked and Afraid and he still doesn't have a job. You know?
Honey, you were
I-
naked and afraid 10 years ago. Get your life together.
Get a fucking job.
You watch like 10 years from now. There's going to be a where are they now
Yeah.
of the winners of Naked
like,
and Afraid, and they're all
well-
going to be divorced. They're all going to be overweight.
Homeless.
They're all
They're gonna be homeless.
They're going to be like those astronauts.
They're gonna
who
be naked and
All they
afraid
talk
out-
about is I
outside.
was in space once.
Yeah.
They're going to be in the city naked and afraid.
Exactly.
I got a few clothes, but I'm so afraid.
Naked and Afraid, but
Yeah.
in civilization.
So I've been playing Yakuza 6, so.
Right
That
on.
looks like a banging game.
Zerbe, you would love it. For
I-
as much of a Shenmue fan as you are, like
I-
this is the game that you want to play.
I heard you talking about it in your last
Oh my
podcast,
God,
and it
it's
sounds
so good.
amazing.
I will probably beat it this week and have the finale sayings of it. But the last thing that I did last night while playing it, these guys come at me, like, all these, like, fucking masked ninjas. And they're like, we need the kid, and we need, like, the old dude or whatever that's, like, part of this family that I'm helping. And they break in. They're trying to get the kid. My one friend's holding the baby. He gets attacked, and I'm like, throw him. And he throws the baby, like, tosses him, like, alley-oops him, like a fucking football to me.
This is an infant, yes.
Yeah, like a year old, if
Oh.
that. Yeah,
Good.
if that.
Go on.
And this baby's just flying, and it, like, goes into, like, video clip of it being like, ah, like, cooing,
Okay.
And, like, I catch it, and then, like, people, like, come and attack me, and I fucking toss it away to another, like, clans member, and, like, he catches it.
Another Klansman.
Like part of my clan, Not
Okay.
I
clans.
know. I'm just
Yeah,
shitting
yeah.
with you.
But, like,
Sounds
literally,
like a KKK rugby match.
like,
to me.
literally, this baby was tossed, like, 8 times in there. And the last toss was from the old man. Like, someone tossed it to the old man that, like, is probably 80 years old. Should not be catching babies or throwing babies. He catches it, thank God. Literally throws it up in the air, like, 30 feet away from the person he was throwing it to, and threw it so high up in the air. Like, my whole heart was, like, pounding, even though this is, like, a fake video game, Like, this isn't real life in any sense, but I'm just like, oh my God, what is going to happen? Like, obviously, you would think that, the baby's going to be caught, but, like, it's
Well,
just that, like, anticipation of, like, what if that doesn't happen,
See, they're really clever. They know nobody wants to see a baby splattered across
Yeah.
the pavement. And they
Also, nobody really wants to see a baby being thrown while people are attacking to get the baby, to kill it. But yeah, they threw it up in the air. This guy jets right like fucking Elliott Smith from the Cowboys back in 1995, and, like, runs towards it, fucking slides on his chest and catches this baby. I'm just like, oh my God. And then he runs away down the stairs. And you're like, cool, everything's good. You fight this fight. You beat up this motherfucker that has, like, bleached white hair. And
there's always one of those.
and then
in anime.
one of the gang members to that guy after you beat him up is like, we got the baby. We got the old man. Let's go. And he's like, can't fight you anymore. It's like, bitch, I already fucking beat you up. Like, how are you going to walk away from me? So they already have the baby, and that's where I'm at. Like, I gotta go fucking find the baby again. So yeah, amazing game though. I'm fucking loving it. Like, it's an insane story. I hope it ends up well. And at the same time, like, I'm fine with, like, a bad ending too, cause, like, some fucked up shit happened in this game already. I wouldn't mind, like, a bad ending either. As long as, like, something happens, it's dramatic. Like, I don't know.
Well, it's already making you feel things, clearly.
Absolutely. But, like, for instance, like, Game of Thrones right now, like, I'm a huge fan of that. And, like, that shit's just going to shit right now, where it's like, this is fan service, and even the fans aren't happy with it. It's everything that we sort of want, but not want. Like, I don't want it. Like, I wanted Cersei to fucking kill everything and, like, it be over, but that didn't happen at all. The dragon destroyed a whole fucking city. And everyone fucking died and burned in ashes. So it's just like, God damn it. Like, nobody really wanted that. But, like, that's cool that happened, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. We got one more episode.
You seem really distraught over this.
I am. But either way, Yakuza 6, dope game. And then my wife's been playing Persona 5. And we beat it together like early beginning of this year. We finished it off. And I listened to a podcast about it, and I was like, God damn, like I want to replay this again. And she was like, I do too. Like, even though, like, I picked it up and I didn't really feel like playing it, she's like, I do too. I was like, well, make sure that you play New Game Plus from, like, from me beating it originally. So she has. And it's like a cakewalk for her right now, because she literally has all the original items that I had, equipment and weapons
Okay.
that were the best equipment and the best weapons. Like, you don't have to be a certain level to have these.
Yeah.
You, like, acquire them at the end castles or whatever. So she has that. Her level's still, like, level 5 or 10 or whatever it is, but she has, like, literally, like, level 100, like, items that she's able to equip and just, like, rock shit. Like, so that's dope. She still has to evolve, like, all the relationships with every character, which I wasn't able to do the first time. So I'm hoping that she'll be able to do that because all of her stats are all the way up too, like her knowledge, her attack, her whatever, like all that's up. So literally all she has to do in this game is like play through it and make sure that she builds all the relationships with it, and then we'll be able to see like the actual good final ending that I was talking about in the last podcast that we didn't see. So she'll have the time to do all that, which I'm happy about.
Right on. Yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah. I'm stoked to, just watch her play it, essentially. And besides that, I bought a game recently, a complete in box, really weird Japanese fishing game that came in a big Game Boy box with a fishing reel, like a plastic fishing reel that like attaches around your Game Boy, like original DMG Game Boy.
It's a funny looking little thing.
Yeah.
Like in the picture, I thought it was like some sort of clamp to like tighten something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is this? A torture device for Game Boys? Like,
Yeah.
What?
No, it's actually like a reel that you like twirl around the Game Boy to catch fish with. And I have not caught a fish yet because I don't know. Either I suck at the game or the game sucks or something. But I don't read Japanese, so it's sort of hard to tell what I'm doing. But I've learned how to, throw out the cast. I see the cast like sink down to the ground, and I can reel it back in. And what the reel does is it just presses the A button over and over again.
Yeah.
So you can literally press the A button more times than you could probably just press it with your finger if you're reeling fast enough. Because it just like hits it every time that you reel. Like it hits it double time.
Yeah.
So it's a really cool concept. I was just like, I never even seen this game. The eBayer that had it, the title of it was Nintendo Game Boy. And that was it. But it was just the game, like in the box, everything. I think I was looking up Game Boy Sonar, which was something that the Japanese market came out with that's like very limited. That's an actual sonar device that you can throw in the water that's attached to your Game Boy Color, and you can see fish that are actually in the water under you through your Game Boy screen.
Huh.
Yeah.
See, I had a Game Boy Color, and my family would have this sort of like when trout season would start, they'd do this big thing where the whole family would go fishing, and like they'd make food and like all this stuff, and like I was only like half interested. I'd fish for like maybe an hour, but then I'd go back to my Game Boy Color.
Yeah.
And like that honestly sounds like it'd be a really cool thing to do. Like I'd kind of be participating, but yet not really.
Right?
Virtual fishing.
Yeah. But it's like actual fishing too.
I could
You're like,
I could tell them
here's
where
a
the fish
right there.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the fish.
Uncle Bill, go over there.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was a really cool device for its time. There's, like, so many cool, different, weird devices for the Game Boy that, like, came out. And I would love to, like, just do a show of that as well. Like, my one buddy, Jay, who I'm going to see later this weekend to pick up that Xbox kiosk, he has the Game Boy Color sewing machine, which you could put patterns into a Game Boy Color game, and it would actually sew that onto a sewing machine from Singer. That's like the name brand of the sewing machine, like a well-named brand. It would do those patterns from your Game Boy Color onto the sewing machine.
This actually sounds really familiar. I might have actually seen this before.
It's insane, but it's like these really rare things that you don't really hear about, but Nintendo and Game Boy especially was like very weird with the attachments and different things that they had.
I do actually have, like, it's just really occurred to me that I don't think like hardly any other game company has really like been quite as inclusive as Nintendo.
Not at all.
Because like ever since the 80s, it was kind of just sort of like established that, oh, video games are for boys, but that's not the case at all. Like tons of girls play games.
Yep.
And like Nintendo's been like finding ways to incorporate like hobbies and different things that are like traditionally like very feminine or like for women. Like we mentioned Cooking Mama earlier.
Yeah.
And then there's like Animal Crossing. Oh my God. My
Can't
mom
wait
never
for the new Animal Crossing.
my mom never played games, but she fell in fucking love with Animal Crossing.
Really? For the
GameCube. She beat us. Like all us, me and my brothers, like we all had accounts, we all had houses, we all had characters. She had one. She paid off her house and everything.
Wow.
Like before any of us. Like she was that devoted.
That's amazing.
She got the gold freaking statue. Like I got the silver. I'm like, God damn it.
That's amazing. That's great.
Got beat by my own mom.
Who cares? That's great. Good for her.
Yeah. No, she's. I mean,
The new one is
she was.
supposedly coming out by the end of this year.
What's I've heard literally nothing about this. So what's
A lot of people don't know anything about it. Nintendo really hasn't announced much about it, but hopefully they do like soon on like a Nintendo Direct. But yeah, Animal Crossing 2019 is supposed to happen. And like I was a big fan back in the GameCube era.
Oh, yeah.
Of it. Like I remember having the Game Boy Advance e-reader cards with the Animal Crossing cards that you could scan in to like get different items for your house and everything.
Ooh, I had that. Yeah, I had that pedestal that you put the GameCube on top of with the plug that you can connect your Game Boy Advance to.
Yeah.
And you can like transfer things that way.
Oh yeah.
That was really cool. Also came in handy with Sonic Adventure 2 Battle with like Chow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, Nintendo's always been ahead of its time, like with like weird little attachments and things for every game, and like how they could mix a handheld world in with the actual console world. You know, having link cables and other things like that. Like they were great with it.
It beckons back to when Sega Genesis had all these various like attachments that you can attach a CD player to your Genesis or
Like the Sega CD.
Right, like the Sega CD or I think there was also like you have I think a gun attachment for your Dreamcast, yeah, for House of the Dead.
Yep.
Super fun game.
Super fun game. Yeah. You gotta love all the attachments and all the weird shit that every, console has.
I mean, like 75% of it doesn't really land, but the stuff that like is great, like that's what it is. It's great.
Yeah, it sticks for sure. And with that, thank you, Zerbe, for being on this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for coming out.
Thanks for drinking beer with us, eating some pizza.
Thanks for bringing us beer. We didn't even talk about the beer, but thank you for bringing it.
Oh yeah, Jucifer by
from
New Belgium. Actually, really good.
Really good.
Makes me wish I was wearing my leather jacket today because it like the can is so badass looking.
But you're wearing a Precisely Podcast sweatshirt, which is better than any
You're looking
leather jacket.
super swaggy right now.
I'm all merched
super
up.
Super sweet. So where can people follow you at?
I'm on Instagram at Steven Zerbe, StevenZerbe.
You have dope artwork up there.
Check out his art. Hit him up. He might sell some to you if you're interested.
Really cool person just to talk to, too. And you can find us at Precisely Podcast on Instagram.
Yep.
We want to ask all of our followers and listeners of this podcast if you can pause the podcast or right after listening to the end of this podcast to like us on Instagram. Not like us, but...
Like us on Instagram.
Yeah.
Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, essentially leave us a review on iTunes if you can.
Get these fuckers into the algorithm.
Yeah.
That's right. We're trying to make our way in.
We want to get more listeners, so we appreciate everyone that's listening to us that has already liked us. But share this with one of your friends. Just one. Just tell them about this podcast. Let them know. Let them hear our precious voices. And thank you, guys.
That's it. Precisely. We out.
We out.